Excuse me, is that your luggage over there?
Yes.
Were you going somewhere?
I was going home tomorrow morning. I didn't see much point in hanging around here.
I see. Is that all of it there?
No, there's another bag upstairs.
Well, if you'll excuse me, I'd stay, but I don't want my prejudice influenced by the facts.
Thanks very much, Mason.
Anytime at all, Eden.
You know, Inspector, I can't help wondering if this whole intrusion isn't because your chief suspect, what's his name, Pearl, doesn't have an influential friend.
I think I'm being accused of being partial.
David, if there's anyone who is fair and impartial, it's Cruz. Believe me. Now, I know that you want to talk privately, so I'll be going. And I'll answer the door on the way out. Everything's going to be okay.
Stepping in a week right now?
Eden, I've got some good news. I was finally able to dig up some information for you about...
Let's talk outside. Cruz needs to talk privately.
Yeah, sure.
Hey, wait a second. Where
What are you doing in here?
I climbed in the window. I thought it would be romantic.
Dylan, I don't want to be alone with you.
Tell me the house is full of people. I mean, I saw them all come in. If you want to yell down for help, go ahead. Maybe it'd be a good idea. That way they can come up here and I can tell them how much I love you and that we're going to be married. Here. You're trembling. I understand that. You're saying...
No. No, Dylan. You stay away.
What are you doing? Kelly, put that down. I am not going to hurt you. You know that. Please, Kelly, give it to me. Look, I am not going to hurt you. I love you. Just give me that. No reason to be afraid of me. I love you. I love you.
Daddy! Ian!
What the hell is going on here? Are you crazy? Kelly, didn't that night that we spent together count for anything?
That night is what started all this. And it was wrong, Dylan.
Well, look, you came to me that night. And there was love. I can't forget that. And this knife isn't going to change any of that. You also used that knife to push me away. Is that what you do? Use men and then push them away? Pit them against one another? Kelly, can't you have a real relationship?
Kelly, are you all right? Who's in there? Kelly, I'm coming in.
What are you doing here, Harley? I told you to get out.
Well, I am here at Kelly's request.
Is that true?
No, it's not true. Mason, I don't want to start a scene. Just get him out of here.
All right, you leave. I'll take care of this. What the hell is going on here, Harley?
Look, I am courting my woman, and she's just afraid to admit her feelings for me.
Well, that doesn't sound like courting to me.
Well, why do you think that she called off her wedding with Nick? She did it because she knows that she and I belong to each other. She's just afraid to confess it because she knows that the family disapproves and she hasn't learned to stand up to you yet.
That wasn't the impression I got. Looked like she was afraid to me.
If she was afraid of anything, Mason, she's afraid of her feelings for me.
What's all of this?
A romantic gesture. I was trying to be romantic. Look, haven't you ever done anything a little extravagant and people thought that you were crazy?
Maybe.
I think you understand.
But I still want you to go. We'll leave the back way, Harley. It's a little less romantic, but a lot safer.
Thank you.
One other thing. I don't want it to happen again. From now on, you do your courting in broad daylight in public places. You want to play Romeo that badly, join the stock company. Understood?
I guess so.
No, be sure. Good. Let's go.
Thinking about Kelly?
Yes.
Look, I don't know what's going on with her lately, and I can't apologize for her, but I know she regrets losing you and she wants you back. Don't you think you two ought to sit down and talk it out?
No. This can't be on that point, Eden. Listen, the reason I wanted to talk to you before was that I finally got a hold of the records of that electronics outlet that carries this kind of speaker wire. Mm-hmm. Capital Enterprises does have an account with them.
We do.
That's right. Now, about 6 weeks ago, a small amount of this was purchased. Now, Capital has bought it before, but this purchase order was not typed. It was handwritten, and it was unsigned. Now, I'm well aware that you have quite a few employees, so I don't know if you're going to be able to recognize that.
No, I don't recognize the handwriting.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Could I hang on to this, though, for a little while? I'd like to check something out.
Sure. It's all part of the service. Eden, I really wish you would tell me what's going on, so I wouldn't feel like I'm so much in the dark like I am. I want to be of some kind of help to you.
I'm sorry, Nick, I can't. Not yet.
What if I said I can't work like this?
I'd say I was sorry and I'd pay you for your time. But I need you. Really want to quit?
No, just testing the waters. I'll do what I can, but you really have got my arms and my hands tied. Oh, tell me, when is Kirk coming home?
What made you think about Kirk?
I'm just concerned about his condition, that's all. It's a perfectly normal question.
Oh, of course it is. I'm sorry. I'm snapping at everybody lately. Thanks for bringing me this.
You're welcome. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I really would like to check on something. Would you mind waiting for me?
I have nothing important to do. Go ahead.
You want to come inside?
No, I think not. Do you want to do me a favor?
Sure.
If you happen to see Kelly, don't tell her I'm here, all right?
I'll say anything you want me to.
I'd appreciate it.
Really think you ought to talk to her, though. Back in a little while.
All right, take your time.
What are you doing here at this hour?
I thought I'd let you know that your little scheme to tell Mary about Bobby and me didn't work. She forgave me, Mason. In fact, we're even closer now than we ever were before. So the whole thing backfired.
Well, you probably won't believe this, but I never intended to tell Mary anything.
It just slipped out, did it?
As a matter of fact, it did.
I'll bet.
You really think I'd want to give you a chance to play the injured party again, Mark? That's the part you play too well. You've got it perfected.
Whatever you wanted, Mason, you didn't get it.
Now, what I'd really like to have seen is your confession to Mary. I bet that was a scene to rival your famous deathbed scene in the hospital. The one that made her agree to marry you in the first place.
You know, I'm getting tired of your insults, Mason. It's time you learn to keep your mouth shut.
I think it's time you learned some new tricks, Mark. Pity's a poor substitute for love. And so far, pity's about all you've inspired in Mary. Mm-hmm. I thought so. Got violent with Bobby, too, didn't you, Mark? Seems to be your style.
No, I'm not gonna lose my temper with you, Mason. You know, I keep forgetting that the only reason you're really so bitter is because I have Mary, and you don't. And you never will. And all your insults will never change them.
I think you better leave now. But I want you to keep this in mind. If you threaten me again, even make a remark I don't like, I'll declare Mary back on limits for me. And to hell with the sanctity of marriage.
Oh, did you ever consider it sacred?
If I hadn't, you wouldn't have her now.
Courtney, you've had a lot of shocks over a very short period of time. You've hardly had a chance to adjust to one, and boom, you get shocked by another one, right? Please. Don't be so hard on yourself, okay? Don't do that.
Well, I'm glad I have you to make excuses for me. But, Pearl, you should be worrying about yourself, not me right now.
Oh, what the heck do I have to worry about? I didn't do nothing. You know it, I know it, Cruz knows it. Look it, I am here because I want to let you know how much I really, really appreciate that you stood up for me. And you know something? I owe you.
No, you don't.
Oh, yes, I do. Please, just let me. Okay? What are you thinking about?
David. Everything he says and does right now seems so phony to me. That's why I had to get out of the house so fast. It's like every word that comes out of his mouth seems hypocritical and self-serving, and I don't think I'm just imagining that.
It's a lot worse when somebody you trust lets you down. I know, because it happened to me once. And for a long time after that, I didn't believe in anybody, and I didn't believe in anything. You know, I became practically a total hermit. Yeah, I kept strictly to myself. But I never realized how lonely I was till I saw what I was missing. You know what happened to me? I got to know somebody who, this guy, he was totally in love.
Who is that?
Cruz. Yeah. I saw what he had that I didn't, and I was so jealous. I mean, he was a guy, he was living, and what was I doing? I was cracking jokes. So what are you looking at me like that for, huh? You suspect my motives too? Is that it?
Frankly, I do a little.
That's okay. I mean, it's probably even smart.
What are you doing here?
Came to see Kelly. Don't see any reason why I shouldn't. She's a free agent now.
And did you see her?
Yes, I did. I'm going to be seeing a lot more of her. That shouldn't bother you. You made it clear that you weren't interested. She wasn't perfect enough for you, Nick. But I don't need perfection the same way that you do. Oh, I like Kelly just the way she is.
It's not going to work, Dylan. It's not going to work at all. You can't make me jealous. I know how Kelly feels about you. It's closer to hatred than anything else. I want you to stay away from her.
Look, why can't you believe that a woman could love me and not love wonderful you? And another thing, you always say that you know Kelly. You don't know Kelly. You couldn't please her. You couldn't make her happy. And why don't you just face it, Nick? You were the wrong man for her. Give it up.
I realize this is a difficult question for you to deal with right now. But do you have any reason to think your wife was involved with another man? Maybe somebody she was meeting on a regular basis at that bungalow?
No, I don't think anything of the kind. Listen, Inspector, you can say what you want about me, but how about leaving my memories of my wife alone?
Try not to take offense at everything I ask. I do have to ask. Were you faithful to her?
Yes.
Do you know she was planning to divorce you?
What? Where would you ever get an idea like that?
From her lawyer?
Simpson?
Yes.
Well, he's lying.
Well, he told me that she'd come to him exactly 14 days before she died and asked him to initiate divorce proceedings. He told her to wait a while and think about it.
I can't believe that. She had no reason.
Another interesting thing, he explained to me that since Madeline died intestate, which means she had no will, everything she owned will go to you. But had she lived to see the divorce through, that would not have been the case.
Oh, I see. So therefore, naturally, I'm a suspect, right?
People have been known to kill for money, and she was a wealthy woman.
Inspector, you police are so used to dealing with base emotions that you suspect them in everyone.
Not at all. I'm just trying to share with you what I know. I haven't drawn any conclusions.
Good. Well, let's all hope you don't draw the wrong ones. Now, it's getting kind of late.
This may take a while. Can you tell me where you were in the week or so preceding Madeline's death?
Of course. Look, I don't see what that long a period of time makes that much difference, but I can account for almost every minute of my time. I left Hong Kong and I went home to Boston. I had some personal matters to take care of. I was there for a few days, then I went to New York. I was there on business, and that's where I heard about Madeline. I came right out here.
Really?
What now?
Well, forgive me, Mr. Laurent, but I've never met a man who could be in two places at the same time. And I know you were in Santa Barbara the day before the murder.
unpacking. Where are you going?
I can't stay here anymore.
Kelly, what's going on?
Nothing. I just don't like the way people look at me around here, that's all.
I know the feeling. When I got married to Kirk, everybody stared at me, wondering why I did it. It was a relief to be living at Kirk's and I have to face them all. Is that all it is?
Yeah, I'll be fine.
Where are you going to go?
I'm going to find another apartment.
Do you think it's a little late to go apartment hunting?
Well, I think I know where I can find one. If not, I'll get a hotel and look in the morning, I guess.
Why can't you wait till morning?
Because I don't want to wait. All right?
Okay. Should put this in some water.
Do you remember Peter?
Why?
I don't know. I've just been thinking about him. Maybe the rose.
Don't think about him.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what brought him to mind. Guess it just happened. Anyway, listen, I'm gonna go. I'll call you and let you know where I am, but please don't tell anybody, okay?
Not even Daddy?
No, no one. I'll tell everybody who has to know.
Well, I'm going to miss you. I liked having you around. I wish you'd change your mind.
I can't.
Can't? What is going on with you, Kelly?
It's nothing I can't handle on my own.
Look, Kelly, if you're in trouble or you have serious problems, you should stay here with your family.
I can't. Will you please try and understand that? This is something I've got to handle on my own. Come here. I'll call you and let you know how I am when everything's settled. All right?
Okay.
Please don't worry about me. Okay?
I'm surprised you thought I wouldn't find out.
Looking back on it, so am I. I guess I never dreamed anyone would care.
I have an eyewitness who saw you in town the day before the murder.
You talking about Courtney?
Courtney, why? Did you see her?
Look, Inspector, I apologize for lying to you. I only did it because I knew how it would look if I said I was in town.
It wouldn't have looked as bad as your lying did.
No, I guess not. I haven't been thinking very clearly lately. Look, it's getting very late.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry about that. But you see, I need to find out what you were doing in Santa Barbara before your wife was murdered. Like you said, it's getting late.
All right. When I came back from Hong Kong, I got a call from Madeline. She said she wanted to see me immediately. She gave me the address of this bungalow and told me to meet her there, so naturally I came.
What did she want?
Tell me she wanted a divorce. I was shocked. I couldn't believe it. I tried to talk her out of it, but she wouldn't listen to me. She said she'd made up her mind, and that was that. She just wanted to tell me to my face.
So you lied to me about that, too?
Yeah, I'm afraid so.
Oh, that's very disappointing. Who else did you see while you were out here?
No one. I couldn't see any of Madeline's family under the circumstances, so I got on a plane and I flew back to New York. I was determined to find a way to talk her out of this. That's where I was until CC called me.
Mm-hmm. I assume you have credit card receipts for your plane tickets?
Sorry, I didn't charge them. I paid cash.
You have the tickets themselves?
No, I'm sorry, Inspector. I'm not really all that sentimental about flying. I don't keep old plane tickets. Look, you're just going to have to take my word for that. Just like I'm afraid you're going to have to take my word for the fact that I didn't murder my wife.
Unfortunately, I'm going to need a little more substantiation than that.
Well, I have plenty of people in both New York and Boston who saw me, even on the day Madeline was attacked.
I'm sure you do. Do you mind if I look through your luggage?
My what?
Your luggage. Now, I'll get a warrant if you insist, but I'd prefer to keep things nice and cordial.
Fine. Go ahead. Help yourself.
Thank you.
Sorry it took so long.
That's all right. You know, I was just thinking, I've come to the decision that after I finish this job for you, I'm going to put a little bit of distance between me and this town.
Everybody wants to get away. Don't you think it might be better if you stayed and tried to work things out?
No. I think it's beyond that point. It's just too hard for me to be this close to Kelly and not want to get involved in her life again. Tell me, how's she doing?
She's upset. She's keeping to herself a lot. I can't really say. I don't really know what's going on with her.
Did you get what you wanted?
Yes, I did. And I'd like for you to look at something for me and tell me if you think the handwriting is the same.
Yeah, they do seem to be the same. Now, whose is this?
I'd rather not say.
Is it Kirk's?
Nick.
Eden, come on, now tell me. It occurred to me from the very beginning that Kirk might be the one I was investigating.
What made you think that?
Before Kirk's attack, you told me there might be danger for you and Cruz, both.
That's right, I did. And you promised me that you wouldn't ask me any questions. You told me that whatever goes on between the two of us is strictly between the two of us, and I'm holding you to that, as well as to your secrecy.
You know I will. I'm just worried about you.
You know, Nick, you've been a good friend, but you don't need to be concerned about me.
Well, that's nice to hear. You want to tell me why?
I've been too trusting and too dependent for too long. I'm finally beginning to realize I can take care of myself. If the same danger happens again, I'll be prepared for it.
What time do you have to get up in the morning?
7:30. Set the alarm. I got an early appointment with a patient. Well, you know her, Mrs. Russell.
Oh, what's wrong with her?
Nothing. She's sure she's finally pregnant and she wants me to verify it.
Oh, good. I hope she is. They've been trying to have a baby for so long.
Yeah, I sure know that. You know, I gotta tell you, I don't understand it.
What don't you understand?
Well, why some people think they have to have children to make their lives complete. Take the Russells. You know how much time and effort and money they put into this? Let alone all the doctors they've seen, all the treatments they've gone through. I mean, who could want a child that badly?
They do, obviously.
Well, what I mean is what makes them think they'll even be such good parents.
The kind of life that they lead.
Well, I just think some people would be better off childless. And I know a lot of children would be, too.
Yeah, maybe. Look, I have an early day myself. I think I'll go to bed with you.
Oh, I wasn't going to go to bed just yet. I was going to get some bills paid first.
Bills? Can it wait, Mark? You've got to be tired. You know something? I'm not really sleepy. I think I'll take a walk. Maybe I'll wear myself out.
Yeah, sure, go ahead. You know, on second thought, I think I'll skip paying the bills and just turn in. You won't mind if I'm asleep when you come home, will you?
No, I won't. Did you wake me up in the morning?
Sure.
Good night.
Good night.
What if I've gone too far?
No, Courtney.
No. What if David is innocent? The police haven't found any proof that he did kill my sister.
Mm-hmm.
And Pearl, now that I think about it, there are so many things that he did that he couldn't have had selfish motives for doing.
Tell you what, Cruz, he's gonna find the truth. Now, this guy, he's a good man, and he's very fair. Whatever he finds out, believe you me, it's gonna be right, okay?
I get that impression, too. You know what I wish?
What do you wish?
I wish that we would have met somewhere else.
Us?
Mm-hmm.
Us, you and me.
Before all of this happened.
I really don't think there would have been much of a chance of it. They never found me at a Harvard mixer. I'd be just back in Buzz's, slinging oyster shells.
Oh, I rather doubt that. I think your horizons are much broader.
Oh, you do, do you? Yeah. Well, even if we'd met somewhere, you would have never looked at me a second time.
Oh, you're sure of that, are you?
I'm pretty sure. And even if you looked at me twice, you'd never let me take you out on a beach like this. And you'd sure never let me kiss you.
Well, how can you be so sure of everything, Bert?
Find anything incriminating yet?
No. But I was wondering if you could explain about these.
Oh, yeah, I think I can. They're called cufflinks. They used to link cuffs together.
Fascinating. Would you mind demonstrating that for me?
Look, what kind of a game is this?
Please, show me.
Afraid not on these. Your button-downs. What do you need me to demonstrate it for anyway?
Well, I just don't understand what they're, they don't fit with your wardrobe. You see, every one of your shirts says button cuffs. So why did you bring cufflinks?
I don't know. Force of habit.
Possibly.
Well, why don't you tell me what you think it is?
Maybe there's a shirt missing.
Oh.
In any case, I'm going to have the guys at the police lab take a look at these if you have no objection.
And what if I do? Go ahead, Evan. Check out anything you want.
In the meantime, I'm going to have to ask you to postpone your return trip. I don't want you to leave town until I get back to you.
So you're saying I am a suspect?
Not necessarily, just maybe a few questions I might want to ask you, and I'd like to know where you are at all times.
Do I have a choice?
No.
May I refold my laundry?
Be my guest. Ah, hello. Nick, listen, would you mind stopping by my place after you leave here? I have a proposition I'd like to talk over with you.
Sure.
Good.
I'm just getting ready to leave. How long are you going to be?
Just a couple of minutes, and I'll meet you there.
Thanks.
Let me talk to you, too, for a second, huh?
Right?
Is Mason still there, or your father?
I think one of them is. Why?
I don't want you to be alone in this building.
Because of David?
Yes.
You know, I hope your questions are answered soon about him, because I really do think he's genuinely broken up about his wife.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I'm the greatest judge of character, but...
What do you mean by that?
Never mind.
That was an odd remark.
Well, I'm full of odd remarks, so pay any attention to me.
Didn't know you were here. I was just leaving.
Well, Kelly, wait a minute. You on my asking where you're going?
I don't know.
Then why are you going?
You know, it's funny. A week ago, I'd have been hoping you'd stop me like this. I was playing those kind of games then, but not now. Besides, I know you won't stop me anyway.
You sure of that, are you?
No, I think you'd be foolish if you did. I'm no good for you, or anyone else right now. Everything's changed for me, Nick.
Everything? Like what?
I don't know. It's hard to explain. I'm afraid to change, and then I'm even more afraid to stay the way I've always been. I just hope that the day I start to see the light, you'll still be there waiting for me.
You have the courage to change. It will be for the better. New York?
Yeah, and now somebody's got to check out David's alibi. I will be willing to pay your expenses and your per diem out of my own pocket if you will do this for me, Nick.
You bet. I need to work a lot, for many reasons.
Good. I was thinking I might be taking you away from whatever it is you're doing for Eden.
No.
But you are investigating something for her, right? I thought I heard something about that at the house.
Come on, Cruz, you know better. I can't discuss any of my cases with you.
So there is a case?
You want to get off my back or what?
Okay. Listen, man, it's just that Eden has made a couple of cryptic remarks to me lately that started me wondering, you know? She came close to being killed only a few weeks ago. A few weeks before that, there was that explosion that almost crippled Mark McCormick. It occurs to me that it might not have been an accident.
What are you talking about? It was an old propane tank that exploded, right?
Yeah, but that's not to say that it wasn't arranged. And if it was, Eden might have been the target. Mark might have just gotten in the way. Nikki, I guess what I'm looking for is just a sense that whatever it is you're doing for her doesn't pose a threat to her safety. That's all I really care about.
Can't help being curious.
No, I guess you can't.
You can tell my being curious.
I can tell you that what I found out about Mark doesn't remotely resemble what you found out about Mark.
All right. I can't help being angry at him for not realizing how lucky he is. He deserves so much better.
Wasn't there a philosopher once who said, we all get what we deserve?
That's an exploded theory. I exploded it. I've never gotten the things I deserve. I don't think you have either.
Nathan, I'm keeping you from whatever, and you're keeping me from my walk.
I could take it with you. Scamper along behind. It's fun on a walk. Try me.
I should get home. Mark will be worried.
He's home, huh?
Yeah, he's fast asleep by now.
Well, if he's asleep, he couldn't be too worried.
Are you trying to trick me?
No. I have another idea. Why don't I walk you back to the guest house? Make sure you get there safely.
Oh, the gardens aren't very dangerous this time of night. I think I'll be all right. Thank you, though. Good night.
That's a question. Can I say no?
It's not a question.
Shakespeare was wrong. Parting isn't such sweet sorrow. I hate to say goodnight to you.
I'll save you the trouble then. Good night.
Curses. Foiled again.
Did you really? Hey, Mace. What's coming down? How are you?
Not too good, Pearl. Courtney, are you feeling better?
Yes.
I'm glad. I'll say goodnight then. Good night then.
What's the matter with him? So, well, ma'am, come inside with you?
I don't think that's a good idea.
No. Well, okay.
I'm glad that you followed me home tonight.
You are?
Yeah.
Good. Well, you have sweet dreams, okay, Pumpkin?
You too.
Maybe I'll follow you again sometime. Huh?
Yeah, maybe. Have you changed your mind about going home tomorrow?
No. As a matter of fact, my mind was changed for me. Inspector Castillo has ordered me to stay in Santa Barbara.
I see.
Courtney,
Yes?
do you really believe I had anything to do with Madeline's death? I saw you talking to the inspector. I saw you going through my luggage. I'm not angry. I just don't understand. You knew Madeline better than anyone except me. Did you ever know me to hurt her? Did I ever take advantage of her wealth? Did I ever do anything but just love her?
You were very good to her, David. I can't explain it. I've just been very upset about what happened.
I understand that, but that's no reason to turn against me.
She didn't just die, David. She was murdered. It was brutal and terrible, and I still can't handle it.
Courtney, I feel like a part of me died with her. And whoever killed her killed that part in me. That's why you and I, we have to comfort each other. We have to work together to find out who really did that.
I know I've behaved badly towards you. And all I can say is that I'm sorry.
Hello? Yes.
Thank you very much for calling.
Eden? What's wrong?
With Kirk's doctor at Stanford Medical Center. He's rejecting your heart.
Appreciate you showing me the apartment so late.
That's okay. I never turn down business, no matter what the hour.
Well, it's nice, and I like being up high. You see the ocean. And who's this belong to?
Oh, that's the last tenant. He said he'll pick it up first thing tomorrow morning.
Oh, great. Well, that's perfect. I can't move my things in until tomorrow anyway. But say, I would love to spend the night here tonight, if that's okay.
Sure, the place is yours as of now. Oh, I apologize for the sax.
Yeah, where's that coming from, anyway?
Oh, just down the hall. The guy in 14A plays it, and he loses track of time when he's practicing. But it's sweet, and we're used to it by now. Hey, I'll bang on his door for you if you want.
Oh, no, that's okay. That's okay. I like it.
Oh.
Here you go.
Well, I'll remind him anyway. Otherwise, he'll play all night. Oh, here are the keys. And if you need any help tomorrow, give a yell.
All right, thank you.
And I'll see what I can do about the light in the refrigerator.
All right, when you get a chance, that's okay.
Okay.
Good night.
Good night. Good morning.
Hey, it's midnight.
What? Yeah, oh, sorry.
Hey.
Cruz.
Where are you off to so late?
Stanford. The doctors say that Kirk is rejecting the new heart.
Oh, Eden, I'm sorry.
Thanks. Why are you here so late?
Well, I guess my timing, as usual, is pretty lousy, but I was coming to talk to you, see what's going on with you.
What do you mean?
Well, you've been kind of secretive lately, and I'm worried about you.
Thanks for being worried.
I know Nick is checking up on something for you, and Just get this uneasy feeling it might be something serious. He didn't tell me that, by the way. I just pieced it together myself.
Yeah, you're good at that.
Sometimes I wish I wasn't.
So do I. Cruz, look, I'm really flattered that you're concerned about me, but I'm not really your responsibility now.
Even if you're in any kind of trouble.
Look, Cruz, I've had a lot of things on my mind, and I'm taking care of them, and everything's going to be all right.
Well, I hope so. The thing is, I still can't imagine my life without you in it, somehow. If you're frightened of something or if something's even bothering you, I wish you'd tell me what it is. I mean, I know you have a husband and I'm married too, obviously, but I don't want you withdrawing from me totally.
As if there were any danger of that happening.
Well, just so you know, I'm here for you if you need me.
Thanks. I depend on you, even though I shouldn't. That's my cab. I've got to go, You know, an hour ago, I think I might have told you everything. But I really don't think it's going to matter anymore, so there's really no point.
That big a change in an hour?
You know, someday I'll tell you the whole story. And you're going to tell me what a fool I was. And I'm going to tell you that like everything else since the moment I met you, it was for you. And you know, if we're lucky, we'll be able to go on from there.